where you end and where you start, there is always a journey. You start out comfortable, and then things change. Life changes. Before you can stand out, you have to learn how to fit in. Things don't end up like they start. If you can survive the uncertainty, the questions, the confusion of not being where I used to be, but not being where I'm gonna be. The problem with most people is they define you by where they met you. And as long as you stay on the step they met you on, you're okay. But the moment you take a step forward, people have all kinds of issues with your transition. It's hard to be open when you've been closed all your life. You cannot have the purpose until you go through the process. It doesn't happen for anybody. It doesn't happen for senators or presidents, kings nor princes, preachers nor doctors nor lawyers. It didn't even happen for Jesus. And at the end of the process, we discovered the purpose. I have learned over the span of my life that things that come too fast are dangerous. I've learned not to despise the day of small beginnings. I've learned to be leery, if not wary, of people who promise to take you up fast. I have learned that it is the things that you discover along the way that make you able to stand the process of when you get there. You have to learn not to despise the day of small beginnings. Two things that will terminate your destiny is anger and doubt. You gotta believe that it's yours, and you cannot allow all of the critics and problems and issues and naysayers to make you bitter instead of better, because if you become angry, you'll miss the spot. You cannot mediate with something that you do not associate with. You'll make changes. How you see yourself, how you handle yourself, how you manage your situations, you're gonna have to make some changes. Doesn't mean you have low self-esteem, doesn't mean you have doubt, doesn't mean you have fear. But you gotta be honest enough to know my legs can't leap that high. So I gotta start right here. You wouldn't believe where I started from.
When your why for overcoming is greater than the obstacle ceases to exist. Today is the day. It's time for you to awaken the champion within you. Now, Wayne Dyer said, there's no scarcity of opportunity to make a living at what you love. There's only a scarcity of resolve to make it happen. Now, how bad do you want it? Now, the obstacle you're facing, how bad do you want it? Might seem insurmountable. How bad do you want it? But I'm here to tell you, God still moves mountains today. You are made to glorify the one who sits on high. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You were made to be blessed and unstoppable. I don't want you to worry about how. I just want you to dig deep down. Your whole life is about to change right now. When you mix your passion with discipline, What other people say or think about you becomes irrelevant. You haven't even begun to touch the surface of what you're capable of doing. Day in and day out, you gotta beat on your craft until you master it. I'm not speaking right now to the physical you. I'm going deeper. I'm speaking to your spirit, that champion that resides within you. Arise. See, here's the secret. Nobody can motivate you. They can only point you to the power and energy that resides within yourself. You keep saying you want to be successful, but your work ethic, the actions you take, have to match the words that you keep saying out of your mouth. There's no goal, no obstacle, no challenge that can deny the person that masters the art of hard work. Let your grind do all the talking. You can't purchase greatness with a mediocre work habit. You keep writing a check for greatness and it keeps bouncing, coming back. Insufficient work ethic. Mediocre is a foreign language to a champion. No comprende. They don't speak mediocre. They don't speak average. Champions speak excellence, greatness, hard work, discipline, perseverance. We are champions because of that. Speak victory. Declare victory. Project victory. Chase victory. Pursue victory. Exemplify victory. Master victory. Then conquer victory. Raise your standard to that of greatness. Because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to honor the God you serve. Grind and hustle are universal words recognized in every language. You gotta leverage every second of time. Give no time, energy, or resources to anything that doesn't belong in your future. If it's not moving you toward your dreams, get rid of it. The number one reason people fail is lack of focus. If you can stay focused long enough, you can achieve it. Champions are champions because they fell in love with the process that produces winning. Make practice your art, repetition your addiction, excellence your obsession. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Champions practice it so many times, they forget how to ever do it wrong. Persistence and passion will make you invincible, and discipline will make you unstoppable. Success is just the accumulation of right thoughts, properly and consistently implemented. All things are possible to them that believeth. In the imagination lies an infinite world of possibilities. Those who live in her realm become the innovators that change the world. Champions make adjustments, not excuses. Those who have gained revelation of the power within are not subject to life. Life is subject to them. Your thoughts are matches. You're only one thought away from setting the whole world on fire. One great idea can change your life forever. Refuse to live a life of average. Success is a marathon of consistency. Walked out one day at a time. Suffer now and live the rest of your life a champion. What price are you willing to pay for greatness? Anybody can train to be a gladiator. What marks you out is having the mindset of a champion. How bad do you want it? When your why for overcoming is greater than the obstacle ceases to exist. Billy Alls Brooks, blessed and unstoppable.
We have gotten to a point where it's midterms and we're moving forward. The days of you getting money, I'm not saying we quitting, but I'm saying the day has got to go from external to internal. You have to give it everything you got. No more TV, no more parties, no more playing. If you don't have a 4.0, what you need to be doing is studying. Get off the phone. I'm sorry, I'm not available until the end of this year. No, I'm for real. You reached the right number, but you called me at the wrong time. Call me back January 1st. I'm about to get busy now. Huh? I want you to have a countdown of your own and say when the countdown is over, we're the real, watch me, because when I was homeless, I knew something was wrong. I knew that wasn't the best of me. And one day I said, will the real Eric Thomas please stand up? Will the real Eric Thomas please stand up? Stop being this high school dropout. Stop giving up. Stop sleeping on the street. Stop walking up and down Finkel Avenue like you ain't got nothing, and get your GED. Stop being afraid to take a test. Stop being afraid to go to college because your daddy didn't go and your mama didn't go. Stop being afraid and be the best Eric Thomas you can be. But listen to me, it's going to be hard. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree, but I got it. And guess what? On a degree, it don't have dates. So if it took you 4 and it took me 12, it don't show up nowhere. But I'm exactly where I wanted to be because I realized I got to commit my very being to this thing. I gotta breathe it, I gotta eat it, I gotta sleep it. And until you get there, you'll never be successful in life. But once you get there, I guarantee you, the world is yours. So work hard and you can have whatever it is you want. Thank you guys for your time.